Hi guys, what people, how are you guys doing? I hope all of you guys are doing well. It's very late here, everybody's sleeping, but I'm like, I couldn't sleep because I needed to just speak a little bit about this. Okay. um I think I'm late in the subject, or maybe I don't know, I just discovered it literally today. Okay. So I like to go on YouTube to watch Christian content to know like what is going on in the Christian community, or even sermon, stuff like that. And I was on YouTube, so I saw a video where they were talking about deconstructed Christian, or Christian who are deconstructing. And and then after that I saw another video about it. I'm like, what is this, what is going on? And because those videos, they were going off of some other videos that they took from TikTok. They took the video from TikTok, and then they made content about it to talk about it. So I'm like, okay, let me go back to TikTok. Let me go to TikTok and then try to understand a little bit what is going on about this deconstruction, or Christian deconstructed. I never heard about it. Like today was the first time I heard about this. So I have a TikTok and account, but I don't even use it. But most of the time I'm just gonna go and then you know look, and then just leave, stuff like that. So I went there to learn about this subject, this construction Christian stuff. And I've been looking at those videos and keep on looking and looking and looking. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was like heartbroken. I was like, whew, heartbroken, because I was like, my God, what is going on? Like, why those people are so hurt? Why those people will wake up and then just leave God, believing in God, believing in Yeshua. You know, it's it's really literally broke my heart. Like, and I don't know if you guys noticed it, but most of those people, when they are talking, I've noticed that most of them, they were raised Christian. Like, their family were Christian. And as they grow, they decide to leave. And or maybe they were invited by a friend or stuff like that. But them being Christian is connected with a human. Okay, with a human, like his parent or his friend or stuff like that. And as they're growing, they decide to leave, right? But what I would say though, first of all, I just want to say that I kind of understand where they coming from, about how it's hurtful, certain things, because myself, I went through that. And being a Christian is not easy. Being Christian is not for the weak, as I always like to say it. It's not easy. There are stuff that, as human, there are stuff that we want, the direct answer. We want a B C D answer, and there are stuff that where, as human, we want to know. We just want to know what's gonna happen after this. But with God, it's just like sometimes you are just in this unknown, like you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how it's gonna happen, you don't know. And it's hard for a human being. It is really hard. And I understand them. And myself, I found myself, I did find myself at some point like questioning myself, questioning even Christianity, and questioning all those things. I did found myself at some point of my life doing that. But what I would say though, if you have, you have like a real encounter with God, only you and God, like that encounter doesn't have, is not connected with the human being, right? Because as I said, myself too, I was raised Christian. I was raised Christian, and now me growing in my faith, I understand that there are stuff that we were pushed to accept that was not okay, it was errors. We were not supposed to accept it. We were not supposed to do certain stuff because the Bible is not really asking us to do that, or the Bible is not really talking about it, or the Bible is even condemning certain of those things, So, but if you have that your own encounter with God, just you and God, not connected with a human being, not connected with a parent or with a friend, I don't think that you are going to leave. And most of those people, they are leaving because they did not really encounter God. And while I was watching them, and then my heart was breaking, and I'm like, God, I'm going to take this as a prayer request. Like later, I'm going to pray for all those people deconstructing, because they did not really get to encounter God for themselves. Most of them, their faith and them being Christian was connected with a human being who brought them, human being who deceived them. But if you have a real encounter with only you and God, you are not going to leave. And as I said, myself too, it happened to me. Like, it was so hard at some point that I was asking God questions, a difficult question, questioning myself, why this, why that. But because I have that encounter with God, I'm like, the Holy Spirit always will come and say, calm down, like, calm down. Like, why you are even wondering this, because there's this and that and that. The Holy Spirit literally will come and tell you, calm down, okay? Calm down. So if you really have a real encounter with God, you are not going, no matter how hard it becomes, no matter how confused it becomes, no matter how not understanding, unknown, you find yourself in that boat of the unknown, the Holy Spirit will sustain you. The Holy Spirit will come and will remind you your encounter with God. Like, remember this, and when you just remember that moment that you had with God, you're going to calm yourself down. And those people, what they really need is a real personal encounter with God with no human connection. And that's will be my prayer for them. That will be my prayer for them. May God, it's just sad to see all that. It's really sad. It's really sad. But, I'll be praying for them. And yeah, may God help. May God help. Anyway, I just wanted to take that out of my chest. May God bless you. Don't forget, stay in or drain the race. Let's do it.